Hey everybody, welcome to PZwasHere. This is going to be my walkthrough on my Stonewood base. I'm using my Harvester Sarah. For all of my bases, I typically, when I'm playing around, I use a ninja. However, I would recommend that when you are building a base, you do not use a ninja. Now, I want to give you an idea of what this base is actually going to look like. It's kind of large, so I'll just give you a quick overview. From amplifier D and then all the way around. When you are building your base though, just a little bit of a tip, try to use a constructor. Sometimes your resources are cheaper. Also, not everybody that's going to play with you is a ninja, so if you build a base with a ninja, you may have some spots that are a little bit hard for people to get around. So just kind of a heads up there. Alright, we're going to go ahead and jump down and I'm going to kind of give you guys a tour. But again, a lot of people ask me how many resources did you use, how many traps are in this base. The answer, honestly, I don't know. How long did it take me? I don't know. I just built and I continue to build and I like to build. And I farm a lot. So I used a lot of resources in this base. You'll see a mix, though, in this base of wood, of stone, of steel. This section right here, that's all wood. I kind of look at this as my expansion area. The survivors are expanding. I keep rescuing all these survivors. They need a place to live, so we're expanding the base out as we go. Now, this is one of the first trap tunnels I built. Honestly, nobody's even really gotten this far in. I actually funnel them up really well. The zombies that are going to come through the east, they typically come in through here. They're going to funnel right into that tunnel. Most of them don't make it 3 tiles in. Now, in Stonewood, they are a little bit lower levels. I believe they're under 24. It's been a while since I've done that. Except as you get into the higher defense levels, 8, 9, and 10, there's just a lot of them. So you are going to want to have a lot of defenses ready because they're going to start throwing bombs and they're going to start breaking stuff. But for the most part, it's not going to be so bad. Here's the inside of my storm shield. You can see it goes up a few levels. I do have some sunroofs built in. I'm not going to give you guys a 100% tour of this base. This is kind of a quick overview, believe it or not. There's a lot of nooks and crannies built in here. There's a lot of hidden spaces. Again, I built this base purely for aesthetics. When I first started building it, I honestly had no idea of what this game was like, so I just started building because I could, and it was fun. I love the building aspect of this game. So there's a look back at my storm shield. You kind of see it through the opening right there. There's amplifier A, amplifier D, over through C. Right now we're standing on B. I put these little parts on top. That's a little zombie, kind of like a trap right there. If they do make it to the roof, they end up in that pit. They got to break through that. A little mini trap tunnel. Nothing too fancy there. And again, going into the amplifier is really what you want to try to protect. I try to put as many layers as I possibly can. Now in Stonewood, it's a little bit easier. Your base is a lot wider. It's a lot bigger. You have more room to work with. As you move up into Plankerton, as you move up into Canny, and then even into Twine, believe it or not, the real estate space that you get is a lot smaller. So you have to get a little more creative in your design, which you'll see those bases in future videos. I'll walk through those. So here I've built again layers upon layers, and I just kept adding into the base. Here's a little drop down pit that actually takes you into another level. Again, zombies have actually never made it this far in, so it's really never been an issue. Oh, a little damage there, so I'm going to go ahead and try to repair it. Now, just a quick idea, I'm going to go ahead and take you down right through amplifier B. We're going to turn the corner here. There it is. It looks exposed, but the zombies actually aren't coming from this side. Typically from amplifier B, when they are going to attack, they're going to come from the south and they're going to come from the west. And that's the trick. When you're dealing with your storm defenses, your zombies are going to come up on a same pattern. Sometimes they may come from the south, sometimes they may come from the west towards this particular amplifier, but it'll always be one or the other. You're not going to get them necessarily coming from the north attacking. So once you figure out the pattern, you'll learn where to build and how to build your defenses. You see I have a bunch of defender posts everywhere. One thing I cannot stress enough to everybody is work on your defenders, level them up. I know it takes hero XP, that is a little bit of a downside, but if you're like me and do a lot of solo play, your defenders are going to be a huge help throughout the rest of the game. not only in your storm defenses, but heck, I even use them in my missions. I try to pop up defenders as much as I can. And I'll place some defenders here in a little bit. Alright, so we're getting towards another little part of my base. This is zero purpose. I just kind of built it for fun. Now we're going to look at one of the first bridges I attempted to build. You'll see the evolution of this type of bridge and the structure into my Plankerton base. I really evolved the design, made it bigger, made it taller, made it a bit longer. Again, it's purely aesthetic. Zombies never reached it back to this side. When they come from Amplifier D, again, it's going to be typically from the west and from the south. So I make sure I have those areas locked down. And again, after the first few defenses, you'll notice which direction they come from. Now you notice I have the arches open straight to my amplifier. Don't worry, I just keep those open until I'm about to do battle. When I am going to do a defense, I'll actually get in there, close those down, maybe add a trap or two if I need to, because you do have actually a higher health when you create a full wall. I think it went from like 920 to like 1200, or where to go to 1700 or something like that. But it does increase now that it is a full wall. So if I was going to do a battle, I'd add a couple of traps. I would put a ceiling portion on there as well. If I had any more room, I would actually place a floor piece, but you saw that little message. It says I cannot add any more structures, so I'm not going to add any more structures to that portion, just because I ran out of room. As you can see there, that red indicator. Alright, so this is looking pretty good over here. Just upgrading again. This base is pretty much retired. Not going to do any more fighting out of this base, but just to give you guys an idea. Yes, it does seem to go on forever. Some of these places I actually put up here if I had a lower level friend that wanted to join me. I also gave them some higher places they could fight from without being in danger. Now we're going to get over here. I'm going to show you the other side of my base. Underneath the wood right here, part of the game. Again, I was building barracks, so those are barracks under there. Notice that the zombies were coming a lot in this tunnel, so I actually built a mini trap tunnel over here. But what was key is I built a lot of my defender posts over here. It seemed for some reason I didn't have enough defenses. So I'll start putting some of my defenders down. And again, before I ever do a storm shield, I want to make sure that my defenders are in place, that their weapons are ready. So if I need to deploy them any other part in my base, they're already set. They're pretty much already ready. So again, before you do your storm defense, make sure your defender posts are down. Make sure your defenders have their weapons. So far, everybody has their weapon. Now, if I pick a sniper, I don't think I have any sniper rifles on me, unless we already passed that part. Yeah, I didn't have any sniper rifles. So he's not going to have any weapons. So at that point, I'd stop. I'd make a sniper rifle, put it in his hands, give him ammo, and then I could deploy him anywhere, and he's ready to go. Alright, there's my amplifier. I made a little healing room. I'm big on healing pads, so I like healing pads everywhere. You'll see that in the canny base. I actually created a giant healing room. Oh, and just to give you a little preview, my canny base, I actually built a spaceship. So you will eventually get to see, yes, I built a spaceship. I will not tell you what it looks like just yet. You'll have to watch for that video. So here I'm just placing my defenders, even though they're really not going to get used back here, and half the time I forget about them. I've never had zombies make it this far back, but just for whatever reason, if they did, they are ready, or if I need to deploy defenders someplace else, they're ready. Now that guy doesn't have a shotgun, so I'd have to build one for him, put it in his hands, and make him ready. So hopefully so far you've liked the video. Hopefully it's given you some good ideas. Do not feel overwhelmed. I do have fun. I enjoy building the base. But if you like this video, go ahead and click like, subscribe, maybe put in the comments, tell me something you'd like to see. I do love to build weapons. I always build things for people. Just provide the mats. I'll build it for you. Make sure you stay tuned. I will be doing live streams soon. Thanks for watching. See you guys soon.